you to see us, but we'd like to hear. There we go. We are working with sound.
We were double checking on the sound because you know how sometimes we have that small little technical issue.
Yeah, and it scares us. So we always double check. You know, we've been talking a lot about, all sorts of different things in the last little bit. We've hit horse welfare. We've hit on what can you do for a business, how do you become a leader in that business, creativity, Women's Day, like lots has been going on. And we just thought, let's have some fun.
Let's have a fun day. So it's not a snow day. It's just, let's have a fun day and let's have some stories of what really touches our heart to make us feel like, yes, we can move forward. There's another day. It's so wonderful out. So whether you're in stormy weather, whether you're in rainy weather, or you've got sunshine galore, it's just a great day to have some fun.
Absolutely. And good morning or afternoon now, I guess, Brittany.
Hi, Brittany.
Thanks for tuning in. So for all of you guys out there as well, please let us know that you're here, who you are, where you're from. I love your darker hair. Thank you. I'm trying to age gracefully, so it brings in just the natural grays that are coming out nicely, which I'm thrilled about, I might add. So yes, let us know who you are, where you're from, say hi. We always like to know. And we got some interactive stuff today too. We'll let you know about in just a second as well. But the regular rigmarole is throw in that hashtag holy jumpin' tuna fish. If you hear something, today it's going to be about that gives you a giggle or makes your heart go, or some sort of happiness comes into your life. So make sure to throw in that hashtag for us. And of course, share. Why? Because today I think people need a laugh in their life these days.
Oh, we need many laughs.
You turn on the TV or even flipping through Facebook, there's always something like, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, share it out. Give other people a laugh today.
You know what would be a great idea? You know how there is every day it stands for something, even though I don't even know half of what they all stand for. But wouldn't that be nice if once a year on every day, it can only be a fun, positive day versus anything else? Wouldn't that be... I wonder what that would look like.
For once a year on every day. Just every day should be a good time.
No, that would be boring. Once a year. Is that what you said?
One day each year.
One day each year. Oh my goodness, okay.
And my nose was so dry, my lips didn't go down. You guys all got a little chipmunk view there. That was nice. That would be nice, though.
It would.
Focus. Another thing, too, throw in, if you are catching us on replay, throw in that hashtag replay, too, because we always like to know who is catching us later as well. So good times had by all. So let's go into, I guess, who we are, for those of you who don't know, before we get into a little bit of fun. My name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmick, the founder and master instructor, helping people globally around the world do what it is that we do here at the Equine Connection, and that is working with horses in a completely different way. Our mission is actually always the welfare of this amazing creature, the foundation of who he is, what he stands for, because we actually allow him to be the teacher in everything that we do. And it's pretty difficult sometimes because here we are as horse people and we take a lot of horsemanship clinics and we're learning the specifics and how do we always work with horses. And then we come into something like equine assisted learning where we literally let the teacher actually, let the horse literally be the teacher. And, you know, sometimes then we have to relearn and retrain because how do we do that? Well, we do that by actually understanding how the horse actually communicates in their language. And this is the bonus because globally around the world, horses speak one language. So when we can actually hear and understand what it is that they're saying to us, to our clients, you know, it's so remarkable because as a human, you're always wanting to be a part of something that's, to me, always bigger than you. And this is like, there are so many times when you're in the arena and the horse says something and you step in as the trained facilitator that you are to ask them just even one simple question. Because the one thing I always ask is, if we know our teacher, the number one thing is they need to feel what? And then they yell out safe. Exactly. What do you think our horse is trying to tell us right now? Something that maybe needs to have a change, right? And then when a human, who mainly are people are non-horse people, except for the certified course, of course. But I don't know. Am I rhyming
Dr.
stuff?
Seuss or
I
something like that.
really am.
I really thought you were saying maybe most of our people are human. I was, yeah. And Lawrence even said, "What are you drinking?" It's just iced tea. I mean, I know the cups throw it off a little bit. Iced tea.
We need ice with our iced tea.
Yeah.
Anyways, there is nothing more amazing when you see that human being who does this change because the horse is needing them to do the change, instead of a human saying, if you just change your attitude, or if you just did this, if you just did that. This horse tells these people something, and they make this adjustment, this change within. And then they get to take that and they see the miracle and how the horse now makes the adjustment because they did the change. And you're like, oh, it's like so humbling, and it's such a privilege to see this human make the change just because our horse is so amazing in the way that they communicate. And it took us tons and tons of years to get to the place of obviously learning how our horses do communicate, making sure that we're actually understanding it in their language versus human. We're not throwing human emotion onto a horse, because that can't exist, because horses do not think like us, nor do they act like us, nor do they respond like us. So it's pretty darn exciting to be in this beautiful career that you get to have, yes, lots of fun, and you get to have these amazing moments that Carolyn's going to read lots of because she's the Dr. Seuss reader. And that's what I'm going to say. I cannot do that. And for those of you, yeah, it looks like I have a spider hanging on my eye. So every time I look in there, I always think it's a spider. I want to take it off the screen. So funny thing, I go into the doc last Tuesday. Now I've had this thing under my eye for about 4 years. This is my third dermatologist. He goes, this is cancer. He goes, but it's the good cancer. Lay down. He gives me a needle. He goes, I'm doing a biopsy. And then I smell skin burning. I'm like, what you doing? He goes, I'm cauterizing. And I'm like, would have been nice to know what it was that you were doing. So
just
anyways.
So you know, I'm kind of famous. Like we do lots of lives and stuff. But
yeah,
like,
exactly.
No
so
at a time.
Anyways, he said it would go away, and it hasn't gone away yet. But anyways, so we'll see what the results are. Not worried, because he said it's the good cancer. I didn't know there was such thing as a good cancer.
Spread or anything else like that. So that's containable, which is a good thing. Even going into, I think maybe our first story for oh no, that's a lie. We're not doing that yet. Because what I wanted to tell you guys, other than to make sure you tell us who you are and where you're from, because we love to hear those pieces. We're going to have a little bit of fun with the question stuff today, because we do have lots of questions going on in life. And we actually had somebody call us the other day, and they asked us a question that was like
so deep,
like a life question.
A life question. And we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could just call Carolyn and ask the question.
Yeah. So we actually even had a little funny moment where she did call me. And she's like, when will COVID be over? How will this happen in life? And I was like, I will refer you to my magic 8 ball. So what we have today is a magic 8 ball with us. So if you have a question, keep it clean, people. But if you have a question, throw it in. We'll see what the magic 8 ball says. And then we also have our lovely food for thoughts that we'll kind of reference as well. And when you ask a question, maybe we'll scroll through those and see what the food for thought is that comes up that might help guide you, because they're pretty cool.
You'll love the food for thoughts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we got a giveaway again, because why wouldn't we have a giveaway? But this giveaway that we're giving you today, you are going to pee-pee your panties or your underwear, because it's just a good laugh one that won't take you long, but it will fill you up. It will make you feel good for the day.
You'll have a good giggle at our expense. That's exactly what it's all about some days. So I was going to say a good story to start with even is when we went and took one of the courses about communicating with our horses. Of course, I said that right. And we came home and we had all this new knowledge, and we were so excited. We're like, let's go to the fields. We'll go out there and we'll tell the horses, we can hear you now. We're on top of things. So we get out there. We're like, okay, speak to us. The horses,
not one horse came near us, because it was our agenda, not theirs. Yeah. But it was hilarious. It was like, if any of you've seen The City of Angels, you know, when they're on the beach and singing to the sun as it comes up. Yeah, that's what we look like, except no horse was coming to us.
Yeah, we just stood there in a field.
Yeah.
And they looked at us, and that was about it.
Yeah, seriously.
After that, when it was more on the reciprocal piece, then definitely we now have a much better relationship. I always think that's so funny. We're ready. We hear you.
So even right now, I have to say we have a really cool story for the fact and how our horses speak to us. But again, only if we're willing to listen. And here is the biggest thing, especially for a lot of us who've maybe, again, with horsemanship, we're more on, it's got to be controlled in the way that we want it. But when we're allowing our horses to literally speak to us, and then they're so excited because they're like, oh, you hear me? You get me? You're letting me do this? Like, it's so exciting. So I had a new field. So we opened up the new field, all 10 horses. Well, you can just imagine. It was like a candy store, brand new. They were running, bucking. Oh my gosh, 2 went lame, like almost like after a minute. It was really, really bad. So the head, he can hardly even lift his front right leg. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, nothing's broken. It's okay. The second in line, he has completely wrecked his, we're not sure if it's rib or his rear back leg. So anyways, long story short, as we're in there trying to figure out, where are you? Where is it hurting, buddy? Disco literally takes his hand and he keeps bringing us into his rib area. Like, they show you things when you ask them questions, but you really got to be listening for it. He's done this many times with us before.
And other horses too.
With other horses, even remember with JR. So JR is our oldest horse, and she's brood mare. She's really the matriarch around here. So anyways, this one day we were like, oh, she looks so bad. Her eyes, she doesn't have the light anymore. And Disco and JR are just like this. So we say to JR, how can we help you? Well, then Disco, this is so cool. He goes to Carolyn's hand, then he goes to my hand, and then he goes to her shoulder. And then we're like, oh, did that just happen? So then we say again, so Disco, are you trying to tell us, show us? He comes to my hand, but this time when he goes to Carolyn's hand, he literally puts the hand on the shoulder.
He moved my hand from where it was with his muzzle and moved it over to where JR's shoulder was. It was insane.
So now, to make a long story short, then I get a massage therapist in for horses. Now, I don't tell her anything that we know because we didn't know what else to do for her. So besides our normal great stuff, she comes in, and I always let everyone do their own thing with the horses because I want them to feel and see what they can see. So anyways, I come in an hour later and I said, so how's JR doing? She goes, she was doing great. Then at the last moment, she says, I'm over by her shoulder and I see her fascia band has broke, because with fascia bands, again, just for science and understanding, fascia bands is what keeps all of us living beings together. Our organs,
like saran wrap that kind of holds it all in place.
Absolutely. But when, like saran wrap, I love that.
Saran wrap,
because it's kind of like, with the hamburger or things that have that saran wrap and it's tight. If you put a hole in that saran wrap, you can never bring the two pieces together again. That's fascia. So once fascia has broken, it doesn't grow back together. So here JR's got this little hole right in her shoulder. So now we're helping her to work within that thing that can never grow back in. But then I had to tell my massage therapist person about what Disco did for us to help JR. And she was like, no way. I'm like, yes way. And then you just confirmed it all. So it is amazing.
There's some tuna fishes right there.
Yes, great. Lisa.
Regina has a great question here too. Hi, ladies. Just showed up on my news feed.
Oh.
So happy that we did that. Can you tell me who you are, where you're from, and what's your message? Are you trainers, health professionals? So we kind of went through a little bit of who we are at the beginning of the video as well, but we work with Equine Connection, which is equine assisted learning. So it's really where the horses do the teaching. And not only do you get to run these phenomenal programs, which I'll tell you about some of the results of them a bit, we also certify other people to start their own businesses and running these as well.
So you can make a beautiful living, but working with horses in a completely different way, because everything is educational and on the ground. So there's not a riding component to any of our programs. We're really allowing that horse to speak so that the humans, who are mainly our non-horse people, our clients who come in, and they're able to make a change because the horse says so. So it really is an exciting, it's the best job, best career in the freaking world. Love it. Thanks for asking.
And we
too.
aren't therapists.
No.
We deal in skill development, so we don't go into the therapy side of things. So you don't have to be a licensed psychotherapist or anything like that to work in these programs. And we're not horse trainers in the typical sense either. We work with our horses in a completely different way in that we partner with our horses to be able to learn from them and have our clients learn from them as well.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear how outstanding they are. But I'm going to turn off the fireplace.
Well, thank you.
Because wow,
it's so hot
it's
in here
hot
right
in
now.
this little room.
So hot in here. And in the meantime, I'm going to give you and remember, throw out your questions that you want to ask the Food for Thoughts or Magic 8 Ball, because they're just such reputable sources.
Yeah, totally. Okay, okay, so let's ask one question.
Oh, let's do a question first.
Okay. Will I be a millionaire in life?
You can't even say
Will I be a millionaire in happiness all my life?
it. Says, better not tell you now.
Okay, well, I'm not looking for that kind of answer.
Yeah, come on, jerk. Yeah. Will I be a millionaire in life? It's not even going
Okay,
on
but
the
see,
side.
are you talking money or are you talking life?
No,
Mine was
life.
Okay.
Ask again later. Okay, we're not to know that part yet.
Okay, I guess that's what life is. We just live it each day. Oh, just like a horse. We live in the moment.
Oh, and we got Jenny on too, Lenore, Lisa, Cherie. Nice to see all you guys. Thank you. Oh, Katie too, from Beaming Inc. I wonder if that's like Beamer.
I wonder.
Tell us more, Katie.
Yes.
Okay, so we have a group of fellas that come in every week from the Calgary Dream Center. It's an intake center where they help people with homelessness and addictions, and it's a phenomenal program. And they come out to us every Wednesday to be able to go through the EAL programs to add to their skill set, so they have that toolbox to really reintegrate back into life. That's a huge piece of overcoming anything really, is how do you get back into life?
How do you handle life, right?
Skills.
Without the drug and the alcohol. And the nice piece is they get to still come to us even in COVID time, because we were actually deemed an essential service for the Calgary Dream Center. So it was pretty exciting.
So we have a lot of their feedback, I guess it would be, from the programs that they've gone through. We've picked a few selects just so you guys can hear what some of these guys get out of, and this is an 1.5-hour program from start to finish. And this is what they're pulling from it of how they're going to apply this to their lives. So one was, I will always remember Disco's lessons on confidence, honesty, and openness. And I will use that to build and maintain relationships, to land great jobs, to meet pretty girls, and to have a sense of innocence and humor again.
Wow.
Pretty awesome.
That's pretty big.
If you ask me.
That is pretty big. There was one time, I've only seen in the 15 years that I've been doing this, where a horse actually dropped a tear. And it was one of the most magical moments personally, there's so many magical moments, but when you're actually partnering with the horse, you see everything that the horse is doing and saying versus listening to the people, because that's who you're committed to, is partnering with the horse when you're in the arena, because what keeps him safe keeps your client safe, right? So this one time, this horse dropped this tear. I just said to the client, I'm like, oh my gosh, did you just see what Disco just did for you? And the lady had seen it. That's all it took, was asking that question. And she started to cry and release. And the horse lowered his head, just stayed with that human being. And I just stepped on out, because there was no need for me to be there anymore. And, I always love those moments too, whether it's full out crying, full out laughing, full out frustration. When you're authentic in both thought and feel, you see you're very safe to a horse. So a horse stays in those moments because he feels the safest. So that's why you'll see many people, and maybe it's even happened for you when you've had a rough day or you need to release and spout it out or cry it out. Your horse is always there for you because it's so 100% authentic in that release piece that they're like, oh yeah, this is a safe place. So they stay for us in that strength.
And we don't go to a fluffy place with all of this either. We're very kind of science-based, not kind of.
We are science-based.
And I am the skeptic of all skeptics.
Love that.
Yeah, it's something that just lives within me. So even with something like a tear, previously I would have been like, well, did it have allergies, or was there a reason with the tear? Was there this? No, it wasn't there before. And then when the moment happened, it was no goopies, no nothing else going on. It was simply for that person. And I think that's a big piece for people too, is it's sometimes hard to believe how sensitive these creatures are and how much they can actually read within us. But they really can. Like, it's there. It's science-based. There is enough research on it that you can see in so many different ways how they can respond and adapt and help humans to move forward as well. Katie, I see you do equine assisted. Oh, you're with a PATH center. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Wisconsin. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know a little bit about the working with
USA
horses.
too.
Yeah, we want to go back
We
there.
miss you guys. Yeah. That was so whiny.
Yeah, we miss
I'm not normally whining,
y'all.
but yeah, y'all. We come in your wake.
Yeah. Oh, Amanda's on too. And remember, ask your question, because I really want to use the magic 8 ball.
Yes, ask a question.
Let me.
When's COVID going to be over? Okay.
It was a really intense shake. Oh, consider it and ask again. So you have to ask a yes or no type question, because they can't give you 6 months.
Will COVID be done?
In how long?
In 6 months.
Okay. Yes, definitely.
Yay! The 8 ball speaks.
We believe in the 8 ball now. Had it said no, we would be like, we don't believe in you anymore.
That's about it.
We're done with the magic 8 ball now. That's amazing. Let's see, what else can we do here? This is a goodie.
Okay.
So again, this is one of our fellows that has been coming through. And this first question is, how did the lessons relate back to what you're already learning in your treatment? And he said, today taught me to have patience, not only with the horse, but with myself. I need to really focus on my self-care. This is a long road, not a short one. Just amazing. And then how is he going to bring this back to his everyday life? Just to slow down, really just enjoy the moment, to not take life for granted, and to get the most out of what you are doing.
And that, again, when we're in the arena running these objectively driven programs, there's always a beginning, a middle, and an end. And then we always do a parallel component. So they take the learning from the arena into their own life. But in 40 minutes is mainly when we're in the arena with the horses and the objective. That's phenomenal that after one program, they can tie so many things together for their life. So we're not telling them what the horse is saying or doing. We, of course, facilitate because it's always safe. But it's an amazing piece that humans are actually pretty cool, because we actually do know the answers to a lot of the problems in our life. However, they get buried or we can't find them anymore. It's I don't know, it's somewhere in there. And then that horse allows us to bring it out because they're so, authentic, because they can't lie and they can't judge you. So they have nothing to hide or feel, except they have to feel safe. So how do they feel safe? By bringing this out for everybody.
You turned off the heat?
I did. Oh, okay, maybe I'll open the window.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be sun tanning here pretty soon.
Not a good girl today.
Okay.
Regina, I think horses are the most misunderstood animal on the planet. You know what? I can tell you, because when we first started, I wasn't a horse person. I was, I knew that they were pretty. I knew that unicorns were like horses with wings and horns. I knew those basic things, but I didn't know the whole of what horses were capable of. And it never even occurred to me to think about it. So you're totally right. For all those people who weren't raised with horses or haven't had the opportunity to interact with them, it really is mind-blowing to each and every one of them how amazing these creatures truly are. So I think you're right that they are the misunderstood one, because people just, and they like trail rides, I don't know why, but they never seem to go right. Every time I hear about a trail ride, someone's like, I fell off, or this person was bucked, or this happened. And so they get this kind of bad rap with a lot of non-horse people because of this trail ride somehow. I'm sure there are great safe ones out there too, but anytime someone's told me, it's always been an incident. But yeah, I agree that they're just not understood the way, and especially the way they should. And sadly, we are going the direction of less and less people are getting into horse industries, working with horses, even having horses within their realm of being in any way. And that's a problem.
It really for our future and for our horses' sake in the future. We collaborate with the University of Guelph, and their research has shown that if we don't get our younger generations more involved with the horse industry, that it's going to just peter out. Like there's only going to be like 17% of our youth who are actually being a part of the equine world. Is it 17?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
But anyways, and that was only in a short period of time. Like that's a low percentage compared to, and then especially for us where we're in the Calgary area. So it's kind of horsey around these parts. And even that is really starting to digress a lot. So any of you who know kids, get them into horses somehow. Get them in there. Do the Equimania through Guelph. It's amazing.
And it's free.
Yeah.
So if any of you want to know that, even for your kids, or maybe you're an auntie, or you've got some, I don't know, just some friends and their kids want to get involved, it's a free thing for our kids to start getting to know this incredible creature. And I think when we're starting them young, I know even when we have worked with our 4-H kids doing these equine assisted learning programs, they are always amazed. They always say, I didn't know that's what my horse was saying to me. You see, and then we're putting people and kids on horses, and they're actually not even understanding who the 1,500 pounds or 1,200 pounds or 1,000 pound is yet, because they're not understanding their language. And that's why we have so many, obviously, accidents. So it's so cool when you who are riding facilities are actually taking them through those pieces that the horse needs to also understand, that you understand. Because remember, they do not have a prefrontal cortex. They do not think or act like a human. They can only think, act, and respond just like a horse. That's it. They don't have it any other way.
Lenore, I loved you. Might we still meet in Chilliwack for the in-person part? So yeah, we are heading to Abbotsford.
Yes, we are. Yeah. So if you are able to take that Virtual Life 5-day course before we go to Abbotsford, I don't think it, we'll have to talk to you about that later.
Will Lenore, we see Lenore in Abbotsford? Knock over. Ask again later. Okay, we'll ask again in a couple minutes.
Jeez, I don't like this ball.
Persnickety. Very possibly.
Oh, okay, at least we got a different answer.
Jeez. Yeah.
Let's tell another story.
Okay. Another
not
journal.
A story, just another journal.
Okay, what's this one here?
Well, not a journal. What my horse taught me is what we actually do.
This was a good one too. So what was happening with this group is they were working through getting some problem solving done and working through their process. And the nice thing with equine assisted learning, in our format of equine assisted learning, is it's individual growth within a group atmosphere. So although they are working with another person and the horse, every individual still learns what they need to learn for that day and builds on that skill in the way that they need to. So this one was these two fellows working together. They weren't super keen on working together. And one was kind of horsey, the other one was definitely not. It was very interesting. But what came out of it was that I need to respect other people's processes. My partner was kind of in his own little world. I gave him time and then used my eyes and hands to calm down and take it slow. Sometimes I want others to be on the same page as me or in the same place as me in recovery, but I have to respect their process and when they are ready to begin to communicate my needs. Be patient with others in their process. Not everyone sees things the way I do.
Ooh. That was a nailer homer.
It was a nailer homer.
A nailer homer.
Good old nailer homers. Oh, Lenore liked our little magic 8-ball thing there too.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Because it is so important.
Oh, what's another good story we should tell? I always come back to the Gloria.
There's so many. I know, but they've heard our Gloria story a bazillion times. And it's so funny because when a story sticks with you so strongly, it just never leaves. Well, it's like a memory. So I'll tell you a little trivia. So horses and humans have something that's very much so exactly the same, and that is called stacked memory. So this is the piece and understanding. How do humans, when we think even on a memory, what do we see? We see a picture. That's our memory. And it's so great because we can pull these stacked memories for anything. I mean, good, bad, not so good, all of those things. Same thing with a horse. So even though a horse actually only lives in a moment, they don't think about the past and they do not live in the future like us humans. Mm-hmm. It's so cool though, because you'll hear sometimes people say, my mare, she does not like men. And that could be true because she pulls from a stacked memory when she sees the man. So she can pull from that, but it doesn't mean that we can't work to create new stacked memories. Kind of like anyone with PTSD, it's that same idea. You can work towards that with however your not therapy, but how your process is going, so that you can start at least being able to replace or at least have new memories as you're moving through it. So it really is kind of cool that we're the same, prey and predator, and having stacked memory.
Ooh. One of the many parallels.
There's so many. Like I could just talk about the horse for like 8 hours.
Yeah, we really could. Maybe we should have
And
a
then maybe
marathon.
you could too. So maybe it'd be 16 hours.
Maybe we should do something like that. Is have like a marathon. We could raise money for like the Dream Center or something like that, and just talk for 16 hours.
Oh my goodness. We would be.
Could.
Ooh, I'd be thirsty, but it would be fun.
Be thirsty. We'd have to take little drink and pee breaks. So this is another great story too. So Disco is the horse that we were just talking about. That is super communicative, and he helped us with our other horse, and then also is a little bit, well, is injured right now. But he is a superstar when it comes to communicating. He's phenomenal, especially he tries to move things. Like you see horses out and they groom each other. They try to move things for each other. They do it for us too, but only with their lips, obviously, because teeth would hurt. But he was working with this one gentleman and kept going to his, I think it was to his stomach area, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And just, kept going there and kept going there and kept going there. And at first he was kind of like, oh, yeah, I don't know if this is okay or not, but then kind of kept moving into it. Well, what came out of it at the end, this is his piece.
Because here's the one thing we always do. We first say, are you okay with what the horse is doing? Because we always know when a horse is actually communicating with you, it'd be like communicating with a human. Hey, Caroline, could I just talk to you for a second? That's a nice, beautiful way to say, I want to communicate. If I go over and I go, boom, like a horse can do to us, that is not communication. No. That is just saying, I'm itchy, you're in my way, I need something, whatever the case may be. So we always first ask, are you okay with what Disco is doing? If they say yes, then we go to a piece like, just think about this. You do not have to tell us, because remember, we're not therapists. You do not have to tell us. I don't say we're not therapists, because that would
reminding you.
Yeah, exactly. But then we'll just say that fact is, think about what lives there and what that horse might be trying to say to you. And then we just kind of leave it like that. So then this is where he comes up with his own answers, where we don't put a human emotion to it.
So that maybe there's something deep down that's broken and hurting, and I need to move on and need to work on it, because whatever it is, it's still really painful. And he also says to pay attention to what I can't see compared to only what I can see.
Ooh, wow.
Now, a lot of these guys too, when they're coming in, when they're fresh into their recovery, it's a much different place than they're at when they get towards the end of their recovery. And a lot of times they have no idea what's wrong first, right? So to even have that first kind of internal, I guess is the look I'm looking for, to like look internally to see what is actually happening with me is phenomenal. And then these cool things can go back and then they can work on it at the center with their therapist and discovering more and going through all those pieces. And then the next time he came back, it was phenomenal because he was in a totally different place. Like that the horses reacted differently, which they do every time because we're a different stimulus each and every time, right? But it was pretty stunning to see how they can take those pieces and really bring it back to what needs to change in my life. How can I move forward? What do I need to explore? How do I work on me? And that's really what he did with this one. It was so amazing.
It was so amazing.
Yes.
That was whiny too. Yeah. We should also let them know to email you. Well, yeah. If you want the little link to PP your panties or boxers, pants, or boxers, whatever it is. If you want a great laugh for today, then just email Carolyn and she's just going to send you out the link to, you can laugh at us.
Yep. We're okay with that.
It is okay. But even what it's called, it's amazing. It's life. Even when it doesn't work the first time or the 7th time or the 100th time, what do we got to do? We got to still keep moving forward and trying to make it happen. So it really is quite a funny one. I have watched it. I swear. Every time it's on, I'm like, I can watch it again because I need a laugh because I love to laugh in life.
And I think that's one of the best things that you can learn how to do in life is learn laugh at yourself. Yes. Not everything is so serious. When we mess up or when we say, I don't remember, nail or homer. Things like that. Why wouldn't we laugh? What's the worst that's going to come from having a giggle with that too? It's not take ourselves so seriously, especially in the world that is so serious right now all the time as well. So yeah, send that out to us. Well, I was going to say too, if anybody's interested in that Equimania to send to anybody, throw it in the comments. Just ask me to send me a link and then I'll post it in there for you guys after.
It's a great idea. It's free. Yeah. It really is getting younger people. Well, even older people involved.
Amanda's all in for 16 hours of horse stuff.
Oh, good for you, Amanda. Yes, I would be too.
Lenore says she or she or us, I'm not sure who would need beer for that.
Maybe all of us.
Yeah, everybody has.
Just everyone bring your favorite drink.
Yeah. And then Jenny, I love her comment here too. I will always be grateful for my experience with Rain and Scout during training. To be a facilitator, Rain let me trust and work towards letting control go, and Scout saw me through the anxious spell. They are so amazing.
They really are. And I love that you said that, Jenny, because here, you know, that's one huge thing we always see in our arena is that control piece. And you will see that horse people, non-horse people, they take hold of that lead rope and they hold on for dear life sometimes. And you know, that is a control system in a way, because maybe that keeps them safe, right? So as they're going through, you know, less is more, less is more. Actually, when we change our intention, this is what allows that horse to want to follow us, to back up, to move with us, because it's not all this, it's more breathe. Less is more. Man, you have a happier life when you don't have to control everything, right? Same thing with our pony ponies.
Very true. I would like some more Magic 8 Ball questions. Just putting it out there, guys. It doesn't have to be something serious.
No.
It can just be something easy peasy. Should I do laundry tonight? Definitely not. Whatever.
I like that. That's funny.
Could get you off the hook.
Will this be cleared up by Saturday? Because it's Easter.
Very doubtful. I'm sorry.
Oh, bummer city.
It is pretty doubtful though.
Oh, I agree. When I look at it too, I'm like, okay, 10 days.
My said absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Then I would have started to doubt Magic 8 Ball again. Oh, good. A couple Equimania links. I want to read this one out as well. Just, I don't need to go into the whole story with it, but he was just working with his horses and he found out something about himself. I am worth being trusted and followed. The horse believed in our tactics. When Disco started to feel uncomfortable, returning to loving and care, I brought Disco back into course. So if we love ourselves, the body will follow. I am worthy of caring for. To progress as a horse in this world, intuition and wisdom is life. Feeling safe is crucial.
I love it.
Aw, everybody say aw.
8 Ball question.
Yeah.
Will my rescue gelding find his forever person in May?
Come on, fall over. Oh, my high is no. So maybe it's April. Ooh. Let's try out April. Oh, my sources say no. Maybe June.
Holy Toledo's.
Oh, yes. So June.
Yes to June. If the 8 Ball says it, I mean, by cracky, it's got to be true, right?
Maybe let's throw up
I think so. A food for thought for that one. So who wants a food for your soul? Something to make you feel good. Just put I in, or I don't know. I do, and then we'll give you a food for the soul.
Yeah. Like, say I.
Say I, people. Nobody wants a food for the soul?
We'll give them a quick second to write that in, and I'll read you guys one more because this is a pretty awesome one too. That you cannot force things in life. Sometimes just taking a deep breath and refocusing your energy is more productive than forcing a situation. I need to approach things calmly and with confidence to practice my patience in my everyday life.
Sing it. Sing it, man. That's so true.
We got a couple now.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, okay, let's do the. I'm so excited. Okay. Will I do the 5-day virtual in the next, where'd it go? 2 months.
Next 2 months. Here's hoping, Lisa.
Pretty hazy.
Oh, pretty hazy.
Most likely.
Woo!
Ow, ow. Will I live on my own acreage this year?
Akabaka Joe Tucka.
Very probable. Very nice.
There we go.
Regina. Aye, lassie.
I love it.
Yeah, Regina, you belong with us.
Yes, you do, sister.
Okay, so let's do, we got 2 eyes going on, or a few eyes. Holy moly. I like it. Okay. So, Mike.
Okay.
Am I reading them?
No, that's okay. The question in life isn't who's going to let me. It's going to be who's going to stop me. That's right. That is a gooder, I think, for many of us.
Yes. Cherie wants one of those too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A different one?
Yeah.
If you obey all the rules, you'll miss all the fun.
Katharine Hepburn said so it must be true.
Oh, my goodness gracious me.
Oh, Lisa.
Lisa.
This is fun.
Taking joy in living is a woman's best cosmetic.
True
or
that.
a man's best cologne. Yeah, I just kind of switched it up there a little, fellas.
Oh, okay, and we got an 8-ball question.
Oh, love the 8-ball.
Will our maiden mare, who was due on the 15th, have her baby before a full 12 months is up? Ooh. Probably hazy. 8-ball. Keep moving.
I don't know.
I see it, yes.
Ooh, okay.
There we go. Okay.
Good old 8-ball telling us the truth.
Melanie.
Okay. And the trouble is, if you don't risk anything, you risk more.
True.
That is seriously true.
Michelle. Pair up with one of those.
Michelle. Okay, I'll hit you up. Order up. Do one thing every day that scares you, Michelle.
Eleanor Roosevelt said that. Oh, 8-ball. Does Faith still carry pain in her body? Ooh, 8-ball. This is serious stuff. Don't count on it. So maybe not. I hope that's true. Gina. Hi, Lassie. She was one of those.
Oh, I love that. That's okay. Well, here you go, Regina. Women are never stronger than when they arm themselves with their weakness.
Ooh.
Isn't that the truth? That's right. Yeah. Put it on. We got it.
And you know what? That goes for fellas too.
Absolutely.
The
vulnerability.
That's the one. Yeah. Try it once more with feeling. Brittany Burns. Oh, okay. He's a very special boy. I debated keeping him around for my EAL program, so feel he needs his own person.
I love. Go with your gut. Don't we always say, because we have intuition too. We just do a lot of brain thinking. So intuition is really important.
Oh, here's a good one too. Oh, Brittany Burns wants a food for thought.
Okay. Passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you.
I like that. I like it a lot.
I get very excited by these.
Lenore, my only grandchild, Lyndon.
Pardon?
Wow, my mouth just totally stopped working. My only grandchild, Lyndon, meet Miracle, my mare this summer. Oh, I hope so, because that sounds like a good one. Yeah, I think I got it very jingled up here because the bubbles come up. Oh, I better not tell you now.
I wonder what that means.
Seriously, this is the second one now.
I don't get that. I wonder what that means.
How about now, 8-ball? Can't predict now. That's so weird. Okay, we'll come back again. Melanie, love your energy, ladies. Thank you. Regina, 8-ball question. Attain my dream of retiring in Alberta.
I love Alberta. We got Rockies, we got prairie, we got wind, but I think we have wind everywhere. Yeah. But I love Alberta.
And it is decidedly so.
Ooh, Akabaka. I like it.
Okay, I like it. I get really excited. Will I be on your May virtual class?
Yeah, Melanie. I'm shaking it. I don't even have it.
It is certain.
Oh,
that's a goodie.
Because see, we double did it. Isn't it like when you hold a baby and you're rocking and the other person isn't having a baby and they rock with you?
So funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That is so funny. Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that greatly.
That was fabulous.
Yeah, that was very good.
Well, should we end off with one more goodie and then one more huge food for thought for everybody? Oh, yeah. And then one more 8-ball because I got a good one.
You're so good.
Oh, I know.
Okay, we'll go with this one.
That one? Okay.
Yeah. When I calmed down, walked with purpose, eyes straight ahead, the horse started and stopped with me, no problem. I gave him a lot of slack with the rope, but I still led with purpose. Genuine relationships equal opening up, communication being genuine, teamwork, genuine approach, and genuine self. Open up to people, communicate, be genuine, don't force it. Learn to work with others more and trust.
Just love that,
guys. That's it. If I had a mic, I'd drop it.
Boom, chugga, boom. That's right. Boom, chugga, boom.
Well, this was fun.
It is.
Yeah.
I wanted that that plot twist one.
Oh,
but I don't know where it is. But that's a funny one.
Yeah. You know, when something bad happens in life, all you need to do is just stop, yell plot twist, and then move forward.
I always love that one. And for one on a more positive note, but I think that's actually positive.
It is positive.
Like plot twist, and then you're out of it.
Yeah.
Don't even think about it. Don't lose your passion or the fight that lives inside of you. Don't ever lose it. Life is way too short, as we all know. We got to be living and doing what it is that we love with passion and knowing that we're fulfilling our purpose and our destiny. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And if any of you guys do want any more information, I will throw up our website here really quickly for you as well.
And remember to email Carolyn for the funny. Who doesn't want the funny? We can put the funny in the link here too. But sometimes because it's YouTube and then because it's on Facebook, they don't like each other. So sometimes you might not see it. We'll do it in both, but just email her because you want to laugh.
Brittany, loved this live. Thanks, ladies. Regina, so glad I found you. We're so glad you tuned in.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Timing is everything, isn't it?
So I can't wait to get the emails from you guys to send out this funny video. And I hope you had fun with us today because we all deserve a little bit of fun. Right?
Absolutely.
So again, my name is Carolyn Charles, Director of Sales and Marketing with the Equine Connection.
Oh, I did want to do one more info. Are all of these humans that are connected with us at this moment are the most amazing, unique, gifted people on earth?
As I see it, yes.
If I could just take a picture.
I know, but
because you know, you would think, okay, she's just going to say yes. But I actually was watching and like, I don't know.
I don't think it'll let me. Well, you can kind of see it there. As I see it. Yes. See? So it does say that.
It does. Like how? Because you're unique. You're amazing. You're just you. Love that. And I'm Carrie Fulmack, founder of the Equine Connection. And of course, master instructor helping people globally around the world do what it is that we love. And that's working with horses to help humans move forward. Have the most amazing day. Happy day for everyone. Yes. And we will see you hopefully next week.
Yeah. And I love this too. Keep smiling. And that's exactly
great advice.